Colette's Children's Home provides emergency, transitional, and permanent housing to homeless women and children throughout Orange County. Since 1998, Colette's Children's Home has provided housing and supportive services to 3,000 homeless women and children, providing a safe home and a nurturing environment where they obtain compassionate support and the services needed to achieve self-sufficiency. In 2012, Colette's Children's Home received 3,939 requests from homeless women and children looking for housing and supportive services. We housed and served 522 women and children. 29 mothers were united with 54 children. 258 women and children moved into permanent housing, and 173 women obtained and retained employment. Through hard work and generous donations, Colette's Children's Home now has 13 housing locations throughout Orange County, providing a safe home for up to 300 women and children at any given time. The following are the stories of two brave women who were helped by Colette's Children's Home.
When I was 4 years old, I met my best friend, Griselda. And I remember going to her house and looking for her, and her mom told me she's sleeping. And the minute she walked out the door to walk after me, it's when they shot her, and I just heard the gunshot. And when I ran back, she was already laying on the floor. I kind of felt guilty in a way that if I never would have went looking for her, she probably would have still been alive.
My dad drank every day, and sometimes he'd get real drunk and fight with my mom or cause scenes. My mom separated from my dad and gave him the option to either he had to go get himself into a program or they were going to be divorced. But my dad and my mom never got back together, and my dad never came home.
I was molested by my dad's best friend at a very early age, and this man guided him, helped him find a job, so my dad thought he was God to him.
I started smoking marijuana at 12, and I graduated to harder drugs. I did meth for 10 years. I was a runaway often. I was in and out of juvenile hall, in and out of placements. I went to a drug rehab.
I met my kid's father when I was 16, and he was 33 at the time, so he's 16 years older than me. But I got pregnant. He will hit me to get the truth out of me, whether I slept with other men or not. Because he wouldn't stop hitting me, I will have to lie about certain partners that I was never with in order for him to stop. So I told the social worker what had happened, and she advised me to go, if I really wanted out of the relationship, to go into an emergency shelter and get help. They applied for so many shelters, traditional shelters, and no one would take me in because I have 3 kids. He went and filed custody for my kids, and he restrained me. He lied on the restraining order, and I had to surrender my kids within the 24 hours of being served. He was losing the power of having control over me, because that's what he was more about, control.
My story is I was 8 months pregnant, and I was selling drugs out of my house, doing a lot of bad things. I was still using. They raided my house. I went to jail. Had my daughter in jail. I got out of jail and I went into rehab. After rehab, I came here. This is Colette's Children's Home. I've been here almost 2 years now. They helped me find a job. They helped me get my stuff together. I'm now currently a supervisor at my job. I have full custody of my kids.
I moved into Colette's, and I felt the passion that they had. Even when I went into the first shelter, I could feel the love for what they do. Because of Colette's, I got granted full soul, legal, and physical custody of my kids. And I never thought I could do it because a lot of my fear of not leaving him was not being able to support my kids. But I'm actually doing it on my own.
Colette's Children's Home has done wonders for me. And I'm sitting here today making this video because I want to be able to give back to help them as much as they helped me.
I would like to pursue a law degree. With my situation, there's a lot of unfair things that go on. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only mother that went through what I went through. I think that would be my calling, helping other women like myself.
With your donation, Colette's Children's Home can help more women and children get off the streets and into a stable home. Colette's Children's Home's compassionate staff works with each family member to identify their unique needs and create an individual work plan for them to overcome the challenges that created them to become homeless. Thousands of children have obtained stable housing, healthy support, and a loving environment, some for the first time in their lives. You can sense the warmth in their hearts by the smiles on their faces.
Thank you, Colette's Children's Home.
Your generosity will directly impact the families that have nowhere else to turn. For every $1 we receive this evening, Colette's Children's Home will earn an additional $3, which means whatever you donate will create an even greater impact and give hope to a child that has none. Thank you.
I love Colette's Children's Home.